Hey everyone, welcome back to Deep Sky Farms and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We're on the Xylanka map right now and we've got ourselves a pack of Krone pickup wagons they're almost working. These are a pack that I found on King Mods this morning because I was thinking about using one of them on Riverview. I was going to swap out the default Sweetmaker, the base game Sweetmaker, with one of these. And the reason that I was going to swap it out for one of these is I went on this website called Agri-Affaires, and I searched for pickup wagons that were for sale in the UK, and this model here happened to come up for sale. It was the Krone RX 400, and I thought, hey, cool. So I went on King Mods, and lo and behold, I happened to find a Krone RX 400. Now, the only hitch is I brought them into my test map, and you can see that I've got them all configured with the silage pickup, or the silage additive. And I've got a case of silage additive right there. I've got them all set up for silage additive. But when we hop into our tractor, you can see that we don't have the option to add silage additive. We've got the indicator that the silage additive is empty, but we don't have the option to add it. And let's see, if we move back and forth, we should at least get that trigger coming up in our F1 menu, but no, nothing. So we've got to go on a little fix-it mission today. It shouldn't be too hard, but it's going to involve a little bit of exploring. So come along with me and we'll see if we can track down this problem. Okay, so we're here in one of my dev folders, and there's the zip file that I downloaded, Krone RX MX Pack. We're going to take that and we're going to extract it to its own folder. And we're going to take this and I'm just going to drop it into the folder. So that way we have an extra copy of the zip file in case something goes wrong and we know where it is. So I'm going to open up the mod desk just to check and see what's going on in here. And we don't need that. That was from the last video. Okay, so we've got our store items. They all look good. Desk version's 94. That was before 1.6. So that's fine. Everything else looks good. Yeah, okay. So mod desk looks good. So what we want to do is we want to go in and find into our data folder and see, we're going to start with the RX 400. Oh, okay. So you see this here vehicle shader? That tells me that, and if they've got it, yeah, they've got a textures folder too. So that tells me that this mod isn't using the FarmSim 25 texturing system. It's probably an FS22 mod, and they've added the vehicle shader hack. Is it the end of the world? No, not really. Could it be done better? Yeah. Is it a big pain in the ass? It can be. It takes a lot of time to do it. But it gives you way better results. For our purposes, though, we're not going to look at that. We're not going to get into that. We just want to fix the silage additive. So we're going to go into our data folder because that's where our XML files. We're going to look at RX 400 here. And we're going to scroll down. We're going to look for something that says fill types or something like that. Fill volumes, maybe. Fill something. We're just going to keep going. There we go. Fill units. What do we got for fill units here? So we've got fill unit configurations. So fill unit configurations, silage additive value, no. Okay. Okay, so that gives our fill unit. We've got one fill unit here, which is the exact fill root node. So that's for the main forage wagon. Okay. And then fill unit configuration, the next one down, configuration value, yes. Okay, that's got our exact fill root node. That's for the forage wagon, the main body of the wagon. And then we have the second exact fill root node for the silage additive. Okay, so let's highlight this and we're going to scroll down to the bottom. So what this told me was that they've gone this far and this is configured. This is set up and it was probably working before. So I'm going to guess that it was something to do with the conversion process. So let's just go down and we'll scroll all the way down and see if I see where it is in the node list. Okay, exact fill root node silage or exact fill root node additives. 008111. 00811. Okay. Let's go back out here and let's look at our RX400 i3D. We're going to open that up in Giants Editor. Okay, so there's our thing. Get in and look at it. Okay, and there's our silage additive tank. Right there. Oh, look at that. I managed to click right on it. There's the viz part. So we've got the viz, which is the visual part of this, the part that we see. The decals, which are, the decals, right? And then underneath that, we have exact fill root node additives. This is where the XML and the i3D are interacting, and this is where it's, quote, storing the silage additive. So we can see here that it's invisible. That's fine. It's a rigid body, and that's fine. Okay. So in Farm Sim 22, you used to have to do a collision mask to set things up, and it was always a pain in the ass, and there was always a good chance that you would get it wrong. So that's why you would copy a working one into your mod. What we have now in Farming Simulator 22 is we click this, or 25, Farming Simulator 25 we're in. This is an exact fill root node. We click down on the drop-down list, go to preset, exact fill root node. Boom, there. And then save it. And then just for good measure, let's do this. Exact fill root node. We'll do the one for the main body. Yeah, see, the one for the main body is not set up either. So we'll set that as well. Exact fill root node. Now just watch these and see if they change. Exact fill root node. That one changed. Okay. And we can see how it changed in here. It changed into a trigger. Okay. And the filter group is fillable. Okay. Cool. So let's save this and let's load up our game again. Okay, and we're going back in and it's reading the mod still. It's reading it from the zip file. It's reading it from the folder. That's the other reason that you put your zip file into the folder, because if you leave it out on the top level, FarmSim will read the zip file first and ignore the folder. And it'll ignore any changes that you made in there. So let's go in and see what we've got. So the test case for this is we're going to go in, and the RX400 is the one on the very end. We're going to go in that and see if we have a fill trigger working on it. And this is why I'm doing this on Xylanka, because if I don't have the Remember Player Positions mod on, it's not that far to walk to the store. So this is our RX400. Yes, yes. Let's hop in here. Do we got it? Refill loading wagon. You see that up in the top right corner? Or top left corner? Refill loading wagon. We got silage additive. Okay, so let's check the other one. Which one is this? RX360? No, we do not have refill loading wagon. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to tab out of this. tab into Giants Editor. We've saved this. It's the RX 360 that we're in. Open that. And we're going to do fill. Exact fill root node additives. Rigid body. Preset. Exact fill root node. And then we're going to do the same thing here. Preset. Exact fill root node. And we're going to save it. Save the i3D. And come back into our game. And we're going to invoke the console. And we're going to go up. Reload false 10. That's going to reload all the vehicles in a 10-meter radius. And you can see it shivered there a little bit. Let's see when we go back. Refill loading wagon. This is really sucking that skid down. It took 60 liters. All right. Okay. Well, anyway. So this one here is which one? MX 370. We're going to do the same thing again. Alt tab. MX 370. Bring it into Giants Editor. And we're going to look at this. Fill. Exact fill. Okay. So just for fun now, before we go too far, we'll see our collision filter group is fillable. Okay. And the mask is fillable. This should be trigger, I think. Nope. No, and this is why we use the presets. Exact fill root node. What is exact? It gives trigger only. Okay. Save. And then our last one is the MX 330. Fill. Oh, I didn't change the main node on the last one. Okay. Well, let us do that so it is fillable. And we change it to exact fill root node. And it only changes that one. Okay. Okay. So exact fill root node. Okay. And then we're going to change this one here to exact fill root node. The pickup was working, but just for the sake of fixing it completely, we're going to change it to the preset just to make it complete. So we want, which one's this? This is the MX 370. Exact fill root node. Yeah, so we're going to do this here. Exact fill root node. No, I don't want to reload it. I want to save it. Okay. Now, the question is, or a question you may be asking is, how did you know to go and check that? Basically, what I did was I went and I found this guy here. The Schweetmaker Rapid 580V, run by system. This is one of the base game ones. I went and I looked at this one and I just said, oh, it's using the preset. Okay, fine. Same thing with that. That's using the preset. So that's all I did. I just went and used the base game as a reference. So let's hop back in here. Are we in here? I've got to reload the vehicles. Okay. Refill loading wagon. That's 10 liters. Hey, you know what? I think we might have found a discrepancy on these. Although that does look like a 60-liter tank, to be honest. Let's see what this does. I didn't even check. I just hit R and started filling it. Okay, but okay, no. Visually, that makes sense, though. Because that tank is physically bigger than the other tank. So I guess that would be your differentiator for depending on which one you want. Do you want a little bit more capacity for silage, or do you want a big-ish tank? So there you go. Let's take one of these. Let's take a couple of these out for a spin. Go and make sure that what we did actually works. Just verify that we've got a pickup on the wagon itself. B, C, D. And then if that's it, we can call it good, zip it up, and send the comments off to the modder and say, hey, your stuff's busted. Nah, you know what? Humans, we are but simple humans. We all make mistakes. Okay, turn on. Yeah, she turns on. Animation looks good. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to slag on these too much because it's a nice looking model. It's just not done down. Oops. It's just not done using the latest shader technology. So that means it won't have all the water stuff on them. Okay, yeah, that's working. Okay. Let's grab this one. I mean, we've got them all here. We'll bring this over and we'll turn it on, lower it down. Yeah, that one works. We've got straw coming in. And bring this one over. I'm sure that they're all going to work. If it worked for one, it's going to work for all of them. There we go. All right, last one. No, not the Landini, or not the Lamborghini. That's what I'm trying to decide if I kind of want to use it, but at the same time, it's not as good looking as I want it to be. But that's another video. It basically works and it's okay. Turn it on. Drop it down. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's working. We've got straw and everything. It's all good. All right, let's take it back and zip it up and call this one done. Come up here. Now I can delete that. 7-zip. Add to FS25. Okay, there. And we want to move this to, where's Riverview? Mods. Riverview. There we go. Up. Delete that. And we're done. Thank you very much for coming out. Thanks for watching this video with me. I hope you find it helpful. Leave us a like. Leave us a subscribe if you like what we're doing. Give us a thumbs up. All of that good stuff. I'm going to be starting up on Riverview pretty darn soon. I've got a couple of little tweaks to make this afternoon, and then off we go. So thank you for coming out. Check out Otter Plays for some high-quality Minecraft content. And we'll catch you next time. Take care of yourselves, y'all.